let's talk about the adoption process and the foster process. I want to say that since we're an all-volunteer organization, and because we want to be really careful about the well-being of the birds, the process can take a while. It's not like you go to the shelter, pick out a dog, and go home with the dog. It takes several weeks to get through the process, mostly because of getting people's schedules aligned, but also for reviews and education and such. It usually runs 6 to 8 weeks and sometimes longer for the bigger birds. So please be patient. We are going as fast as we can, and the results are really worth it. And if you feel like you haven't heard from us, please do ping us. Some things accidentally drop, and the reminders are helpful. A lot of people wonder how we're handling the adoption process during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we are maintaining social distance. When people are picking up an adoptive bird or foster bird, we want to make sure that all the parties involved have been healthy for at least 2 weeks. And we do the handoff as sort of a no-touch bird handoff. So we leave the carrier outside of your door, we step back, you bring the bird in, then you bring the empty carrier outside, you go in, we pick it up, all as physically distanced as we can manage it. And if you need help with cage transport, we would do that without going into your home. And as far as meeting birds go, we're doing a lot of meetings between potential adopters and birds via Zoom, which, while it's not as fun as visiting the bird in real life, so to speak, it's got an advantage of seeing them kind of in a relaxed state without a new stranger around. And for the bigger birds, where it is really important to have that, to know if that connection is there, we can possibly arrange a socially distant visit in person by taking the bird outside in their cage or carrier for a meeting. And it just depends on what the foster home and the potential adopter are comfortable with. So those are some changes. The adoption process itself begins with our basic bird care class, because parrots are not simple beings to care for, and they require a lot from us, their human companions. So that class covers parrot behavior, health and well-being, feeding, care, and other topics to ensure that the birds will be able to thrive in their new forever homes. After you take the class and you fill out an application online, then you're ready for the next step, which is a phone screen. And Linda from our phone screen team is here to talk a little bit about that. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Jonathan. I'm Linda Liebelt. I'm co-leader of our marvelous team of phone screen volunteers. Okay, you've taken the class, you've filled out the online application. Now you're ready for the third step, the phone screen. The purpose of the phone screen is threefold: to determine whether you have a basic understanding of Mickaboo's guidelines for bird care, to know why you want to adopt a bird, and to learn about birds you previously owned. No, this is not an interrogation. Of course, we want to know what you learned in class, but also this is your best opportunity to have an actual volunteer of your very own to answer your questions about basic bird care, about Mickaboo, or about bird species. A phone screen volunteer will contact you to set up a date and a time for your interview. The interview should take about an hour of your time or more if you have questions, and we love questions. After the interview, the phone screen volunteer will write a report, and this goes to the home visit team. I do hope we'll be speaking with you real soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. So you go through the phone screen, and then we'll schedule with you a home visit. Back in the early days, we used to do those live in person. Now we do them by video via Zoom. And so to introduce the virtual home visit, we have Martha, who leads our home visit team. Hey, Martha.
Hi, Jonathan. So yes, the home visit is the final step in your approval process. After the phone screen is done, we review your application and the phone interview to see what kinds of items we might want to focus on in the home visit. It's designed to answer any more questions that you might have after the phone screen and any that are specific for your home. And the goal, of course, is to set you up for a successful adoption or foster experience. This entire process is the same for whether you're going to foster or adopt a bird. For first-time bird parents, it's a great way to get questions answered, anything that may have come up since your phone interview. And for those who are adding a bird to your flock, we'll meet your birds and we can suggest other things that can make their lives even better with you. So once a volunteer is assigned for your home visit, you'll get an email or phone call to schedule a mutually convenient time. And generally we like to do these during the day because it's very important that we assess the daylight in your home. The visits can take anywhere from an hour to maybe more. It sort of depends on, in my case, how much I want to chat. If there's lots of animals to meet, because that is one of the things we do. We like to meet your other pets. I love meeting other people's pets. And we'll be looking at things more closely, like your things like a fireplace or your kitchen, what kinds of plants you have in your home. So what we're looking for is strictly safety for you and your bird. We don't look at rooms that your bird won't be in. We're not looking, it's not a white glove test. We're not looking to see how clean your house is, but we do look at where your bird is going to be, where he's going to be living in his cage and where he might be sleeping if that's a different area. We look at where he or she is going to get the most attention from you, what the sunlight is like, what the airflow is like. And probably the most frequent question we get is, where do we put the cage and how do we get it? And we can give you lots of ideas of where the best cage placement is and where you can obtain cages for the best price and still get a quality cage. So as I said, we want to know if there's anything that's going to be harmful for your bird, like kitchen fumes, incense. We want your adoption or your foster experience to be successful and for everyone to be safe. And we'll also, very important, we'll point out things that your bird might get to and could chew on, because it may not be bad for him or her, but you don't really want to get your stuff destroyed. So as Jonathan mentioned, during this shelter in place, we've been really lucky to get so many applicants now, so many more with our classes. And it is definitely taking some more time to get through all of them, but we're working really hard at it. So please be patient. And we hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Martha.